Okay. So thank you all for coming. So today is again a very important day. A lot of things happened in the weekend, right? You see the videos. Now what I'm going to talk about is nothing to do with that because that's already done. I'll expect all of you to see that. Now we'll fix our processes. Like I said, we have very good processes. We were doing it when the teams were small. Now the teams have become big, and Scrum Masters are not able to manage 15, 16 people at the same time. Yeah. So that is why we have to focus on a few things now. The first thing we have to focus on is the journal. Importance of journal is I know that you people are learning. Yeah. So go through the YouTube video first. Okay. Before we do that, there are 19 people, there are 18 people now. All of you are non-techies. If you take me out, there are 17 people, and we are about 50 odd, right? So each of you will get 3 or 4. You can pick any 3 or 4. Yeah. Then you'll be responsible for that one. You're all non-techies. That means you are managers. If you're managers, you have to learn to manage people. So each of you will take 3 people so that everybody's covered. Yeah. Till this thing happens, you can forget about the roles we had in the past, Scrum Masters, what we are doing, and forget about that for past because we have to sort the base first, then we can do layers on top. The first base is that all of us, you should know the journal thing. Yeah. So each of you will take 3 or 4 people. Yeah. Yeah, before you take them, first you have to sort yourself out, right? You have to actually figure out what is the way you're going to give the journal update. Yeah. So go through those things. Tell me how you're going to do the journal update. Then ask the same from the team, your team, 2 or 3 people. Yeah. I won't say who you want. You can pick anybody you want as long as everybody is covered. I'm okay with that. So then first journal. Yeah. Today evening, I should see one journal from everybody in whatever way you're going to give me. Everybody has to write today, just as an exercise. Even if there's nothing for them to say, I want to see 50 updates of some form. Yeah, that journal is done. Next, RSVP. RSVP. Make sure that you remove all the monthly RSVP. I don't want that now because that is not for this kind of team. Remove all the RSVPs. You remove yours. Ask your team to remove. That also can happen today itself. They all have to remove RSVPs, and then for every meeting they actually say properly. Okay. And Ganga and Priya will sit and make sure that each meeting we only call people who actually need to be there in that meeting. Go through the list, see every single person. That way, those people will do the RSVP properly. We don't want some random invites who will never come being there. Then the RSVP has to reflect properly. Yeah, that's one thing. So journal is done, RSVP is done. Timing. Each meeting we have to know what is the timing and then have the timer for it. Every single meeting has to have the timer, and the timer will be started by the person who is taking the minutes. As soon as that rings, we leave abruptly, even if I'm talking. Okay. For example, for today's meeting, we haven't got the timer or timing or anything because this is where we are setting that. So we don't need that. But what we can do is how much time I have, I'll decide, and then I'll put a timer now, and we'll leave at that time. So it is time
10
is
minutes, sir. 10 9.
7:30, right? So I've got a class at 8:30 for Java Spring Boot. Yeah. So what I will do, I'll put a timer for half an hour now. Yeah. So those of you can stay till half an hour can stay. Some of you can leave in between. Then if you leave, you have to watch the recording. Yeah, I'll expect you to watch the recording. So whatever you prefer. So I will try to talk for another 10-15 minutes, and then I'll open up for Q&A. If you're okay to talk about Q&A in recording, it's all right. Otherwise, we'll do it off recording as well. You don't have to take the minutes. Videos are there. What's the video? So I'll start a timer for 30 minutes now. It's 7:30 to 8. I'll leave here. I won't talk more than 30 minutes. The timer started. So this is what we'll do for every meeting from now onwards. That way, like I said, the first thing we learn is time management. Rest all is incidental. You're somehow doing it. So start on time, end on time. Can't come late. Especially you 19 people should never come late. Yeah. When I say never come late, doesn't mean that you come at when you are going to be late. You have to plan for it. You tell your next in line that you are going to be late. Or if you're coming for the Scrum Master meetings, you tell your Scrum Master that you're going to be so many minutes late. Yeah. So that's all you need to do. When I say come late, it doesn't mean that you're having your house is on fire and then you're coming here. No, that's not what. All I mean is you have to know whether you're going to come on time or not. If your life is not like that, then set it in that way. Tell all the people time is important for me. When I have to be in this meeting, I'll be in that meeting. Your kids, in-laws, father, mother, husbands, wives, anybody, tell beforehand. I'm dead serious about this. And you say, tell them, and then say, that is how we work in this organization. When you do that, in a month's time, you will go into a totally different level of work. If you can start things on time, end things on time, the way you do it, that itself is enough for you. You don't need me to teach, you don't need anything. Yeah, that is what the first thing we have to learn. So say I'm going to start on this time and end on this time. Yeah? So that is why I'm very insisting on that one. So the minute taker will take the things. Instead of the minute taker, what I want you 19 people to do is after the meeting, go through the video and then make notes. Yeah, in today's journal that you'll send me, I want to see notes for this meeting. Then I'll see how much you understand, how you write. Yeah, you are the main people because you're non-tech. You will take care of the teams. If you don't understand, then your teams won't understand. So I want to see how much of the thing that you're grasping. There may be some mistake in the way I deliver, so I will correct as well. If I see 19 people sending me today's journal and say this is what you understood, and I've said something else, then I'll change my delivery. Use different words. Whatever it is I need to do, I'll do it. But I'll do it only if you send me the learning. That is the learning of this meeting, how much you grasped. Today's journal, have a separate section. This meeting, this is what I understood. Yeah, this is very, very important for me. This will be on YouTube after a few hours. You can watch it again if you want. Yeah? Rather than taking the minutes, or rather you send me the journals. I don't want minutes anymore. It's a waste of time because randomly people are writing minutes. I don't even know what they're writing. So status, along with the status updates, you can write your notes. Everybody does it now. Yeah. If you're somebody who can't do it when the thing is happening, I will record it, see the recording and do it. That way you learn to listen carefully, write properly. Yeah, all things will be sorted. Okay, so that is done. Attendance, RSVP, and that thing is done. Yeah, status updates. You have to figure out what is the right one for you. Yeah, I've said several different ways of doing it. You have to figure out what is it that you want to do, and tell me that is what you're going to do. 19 people will say after the meeting, figure out what is the best way you're going to do it and stick to it, and tell the same thing to the other people. Okay. Yeah, so those things, and I've said the roles. Some of you, if you have any confusion, you tell me what confusions you have. From tomorrow, for this whole week, we'll not have the regular Scrum Master. We'll only be discussing these things only till everybody is clear on how we are going to organize, because we're going to have 500 people. Yeah, the main crux of the whole thing is we should not spend too much time doing these things. Yeah, I don't want any Scrum Master to have separate meeting explaining that. No, our processes have to be so nice and clean. Apart from the meetings, nobody needs to spend any more time, because all of us are going to have other full-time jobs. I will have full-time job. You'll have your families to take care of. I don't want any of you to come and say, I'm working so much on this one, my family's no, because I'm not asking you to work like that. Our processes have to get better. So what we were able to do before, when we were only 20 people, we can't do. We were 50 people now. That's why I've divided the team like that. Yeah, the Scrum Master teams are there and all, but keep it aside for now. 19 people, each of you will take 2 or 3 people. That is what we'll do for this whole week. Once everybody has got Yeah. So any new person comes, I'll give it to one of you again. Yeah. We'll have everybody has a small team. Yeah. So let's see how this goes, and then gradually I'll divide the team. Any questions? We're still recording.
Now, how to contact them? Like how you have to do RSVP? You should message them and tell them, or
Uh,
how should we teach them?
so okay, this is the first thing that has to go. You just feel confident to do whatever is right for you. Don't worry about it. You people have the you only you have the right to talk to somebody else privately also. Yeah, but don't do it much. You can ask them in the direct channel. If it doesn't work, then go private. Yeah, but keep it to the minimum, because whatever you discuss private is doesn't exist for me. Yeah, so if you waste time that way, you can't come and tell me I have spent time on arguing. I don't want you people to time. Just don't do it. The reason I'm saying is some people want it. They will just lean on you for help or something. Don't take that help. You're not here to solve other people's psychological issues or problems. No, just don't. Let them do. If they have the confidence, let them write directly. Yeah, don't waste much time on anybody. Use the channels. You can use the existing channels. You can say, I want, we are going to divide a team, or what you can do is you only will decide and will say, I want this, however you want to do it. Yeah. So
Yeah, also we are going to pick 3 or 4 people, right? So we should mention somewhere in Slack whom are we going to choose so that there's no confusion.
exactly. So that is how I'll see how you will resolve. When this is an experiment for me, and to see, will this be chaos, or if it is chaos, we'll go back to the previous step. So the way we'll do it is we'll try something new. If it doesn't work, we'll just go back to the one that already worked. So I want to see if this becomes total chaos, then we'll rein in and we'll say no, we can't have so many people managing at the same time. So let's see how it goes. Yeah. So if by evening today I get 19 journals only, that means at least the managers are sorted. If I get 51, that means managers are sorted properly. That means the managers were able to tell the team also, right? So that is the first thing that I'll see. And tomorrow morning when the RSVPs are right, that means the managers have. If I see your RSVPs properly, then means the managers are sorted. Then I'll see if the team does the RSVP. Then so those are the two main things I want everybody to learn. So once that is done this week, then from the next week we'll start using the GitHub. So you all need to understand GitHub. So I'll teach you GitHub first. Yes.
Can we go with the nodes who are next to us? Like if we have to pick,
Sorry.
can we go with the nodes who are next to us? Like
You can. You can. So you can. So
in
the
that way,
previous.
there's no confusion also.
Yeah, that will be actually much easier, and it will help us to select the people. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not
do
putting
that.
any restrictions, right? It's open.
Okay.
Your managers, you can decide what is the right thing to, and your managers with full control. As long as you don't come up and say, we've decided that you are no longer being Pavarji. I want. That's the only concern I have. Otherwise, you can do whatever you want. You can't come and say, okay, we've decided that Priya is a better Pavarji than you. Just move. That if you don't do that, I'm happy.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. I know some new people might be slightly nervous and all. It's good for you. Yeah, so you can always ask some senior guys, like we have Priya, Ganga, and Sneha also somewhere. So they'll help you. Ask them all. Any questions anybody has?
Can I add something here, if you don't mind?
Yes.
Yeah, so I know there are some new ones in this group like Shravanti, Varalakshmi, Preeti, and even Aruna, that matter. If you have any doubts, if you're not sure what documents we need or what is supposed to be done, ask any one of us, like who are there. You can ask Priya, you can always ask me. If Sneha is available, you can ask her. If she doesn't answer or anything, go back to anybody. There are other ones as well, like Pooja, Kalpruksha, Anuradha, Pooja, Deepa. They all are bit here from some time, so they might know something. If they don't know, if you ask them they don't know, then you can always come back to us as well. There's no harm in asking. Yeah, we are always there to help you out. Okay, all right, that's it.
Yeah. So yeah, seniors are there. They'll help the junior managers. But I think this is a very simple thing that you should be able to. All of you should be able to. All you're doing is asking. First of all, learning what RSVP and those things are, I think all of you know by now. And then you're just the thing is not that those people don't know. The thing is they're not taking it seriously enough. If they're not taking RSVP and journal seriously enough, that means they're not taking their learning seriously enough. If they're not taking learning seriously enough, then there's no point in wasting time here. No, why do you sit in meetings and 1 hour? It's waste of time for them. So we don't have to waste your time. That's my idea. Yeah. And until we are serious, we can't learn anything. Yeah, we have to be serious what we are learning, and you people are learning to manage. So be serious about it. First thing you have to, what are you managing? Time, right? At the end of the day. Why is time so important? Imagine you had infinite time. Yeah. If you had infinite time, you don't need anybody else to do any work. You alone can do the work and finish it, right? If you had, say, 100 years to finish the work, you alone can finish. Yeah. So if you had a team of 100 people, totally useless people, but somehow they do something. If time is not a constraint, you can do that work somehow at some point. All management is time management. We are doing that work in the time we are saying. So before we manage time, we have to know when to start time, end time. That is why I keep insisting that have the timer start, and then that is the time we're doing something. Time boxing. Yes, managers have to learn time management. Not time management, they have to actually use time. It's not even time management, just using time. Yeah, that is why it's very, very critical. We end on time. When it rings, I'll stop. Yeah, we all have to do that every meeting. Because now we'll have more people, we have to be more serious about it. Yeah, any questions?
No, I think there are some techies and some Albanians for this, but I don't think they can make it. But I don't know why they don't RSVP.
Which one?
No, there are some in the group.
Yeah.
Some of them, I think, can't make it for this meeting anyway. So we can ask them and take them off.
Yes. Yeah, of course. That's the thing. Every meeting, so we'll have somebody who's responsible for that meeting. And that person's responsibility is to make sure that now we're 19 managers, right? We can assign one to another. Yeah. By the way, you're all happy with this sort of arrangement? Anybody has any concerns? Because you are not expecting this today morning, right? Any concerns? Apart from the concern that I don't know whether I can do it, no, that is not a concern for me. I know you can do it. Any other concerns? Is anybody feeling empowered? You feel like, oh, now I can manage people. Is anybody feeling that?
Yes,
Good.
Pavarji.
Good.
Yes, we all
Yes,
are
me
feeling
too.
that, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So have that feeling, and then enjoy that feeling, but make sure that you do the work required for that. That responsibility comes with hard work. So you have to make sure that you deserve that responsibility. Take the 3 people and let's do it. Yeah. First, you do it properly, the journal and RSVP and time. That is very important for us. Once we do that, then it should be all right. Any more questions?
So I have one.
One more thing I'll say. One more thing. If you feel a question, don't think, okay, I have a question in my mind. I will somehow ask somebody afterwards. No, this is a place to ask. Nobody else knows what's going on, only me. So till all the 19 of you understand the whole thing properly, ask me directly. Because if you ask somebody else, they will say something else, and then the communication will be delayed. This is direct communication. I'm talking to all of you right now. Any questions, ask me now. Yes, Anuradha?
It is just like a reminder to give the 3 people that they have to do their journals and RSVP. It's that much only, but messaging in Slack, right? We need to just message them in Slack and remind them about completing their journal and RSVP is what I understood. Like, am I correct?
Yeah, the thing is you have to check whether they have done it as well or not.
Okay, and how will we check, Pavarji? Like, will they send us something? Like, how do we check that they have completed the journal? And
Do you, can I step in?
Yeah.
Do you know your nodes? Who's next to you? Because we are going for nodes now.
Okay, no, I don't think so.
For example, I know my nodes and I know that they are working during this time. So I will message them. It's Vinayak and Rita. So I know they can't come for this meeting, but they have RSVP'd. They're saying that they can't make it. But I'll just, I know that, but I will just still make sure, that they are still interested. And I'll just inform them they can watch the YouTube video. So maybe you can just message and check your notes and message the two people.
Yeah, if you understand the question, you're saying what is it that you have to do, right? How you have to do it. It's up to you. You can message them or do call, whatever you can do. Your aim is to make sure you're a manager, right? So it's up to you how you come up with it. You can send an email or send a Slack, whatever feels right to you. But at the end of the day, if they don't do what they're supposed to do, that you have failed in some way. So you have to learn how to rectify it. You can try whatever you want. Yes.
Anuradha's question is how she will get confirmed that whether they have done or not journal and the RSVP we can know, but
It's not confirmed. I just wanted to know that it's just like giving reminders to them that you need to complete your RSVP and
It's more than a reminder.
not checking on them, right? Like, have they done it?
Checking. It has to be checking.
It's
If you're a manager, you have to learn to check as well, no?
Okay.
Checking doesn't mean, you should not micromanage. Like, for example, you people also, I don't check what you guys do. But what I do, once in a while, I'll go and check. So if to understand how the food tastes, you don't have to eat the whole food. You can go and eat a bit and then you know how it's going. If I go and ask some random person in your team to show their sprint tracker and their sprint tracker is empty, that means you're generally not checking sprint trackers. Right? So that sort of thing you can always do with your team. Your team, you talk to them and then you say, do it. And then you check on one of the, check in the beginning, you have to see whether they've understood it or not. That you have to do it. After that, you don't have to check that regularly. Then automatically it'll come. No. Then if the RSVP is not there, we'll know. If the journal is not there, I'll tell you. But the journal, first thing you have to figure out how are you going to do it. There are multiple ways. So see the videos from yesterday to know what ways are there and what is right for you. Yeah, Sanjay, you're all right? You look a bit confused. Yeah.
Yes.
Pavarji, we also have to say about time management, no? So with that, we need to share the time management 1 week time log. We have to ask them to mention.
That's a separate thing, no, Nandita. That's a thing for a separate talk.
Separate talk. Yeah,
that's separate.
Okay.
Yes, Pooja? Pooja?
Yeah, now when we select the 3 people, next to our notes, and if we are suddenly asking them, then they might have a question, right? Like why?
So that's a good question. I will put a message in the Power V, and this video will be up in YouTube in in an hour's time. If they say, ask them to see the video.
Okay.
Yeah. So that then this is what has happened. Okay. So if they say there are too many status updates and all that, then ask them to see the previous video. They say, like, I'm not understanding why there are so many, then say, ask the previous video. So these 2 videos, everybody has to see. Because the organization has changed now. Like I say, if there are 60 people, I can't have the same systems I had for 20 people. Again, when there are 100 people, it will again change. So we have to be ready for that. Yes, Lakshmi?
Pavarji, so today I got this document. There is a team sprint tracker. So what we have to write in the sprint tracker?
I think Lakshmi, okay, Lakshmi, we are still very new. So one of you has to take Lakshmi as a team member.
I will take her.
Ganga, you take Lakshmi as a
Yeah,
this is not the time to ask that question.
Yes, Lakshmi, I will go through these things with you later.
So then accordingly, one is reduced. So yeah. Anybody else has questions now? That's why I wanted to ask you. Then I'll know where you are in the journey. Then I'll accordingly increase your work, reduce your work. Yeah. If you're not able to do A, you can't go to B. Yeah. You have to do A first, then B, then C, like that. Yeah. Everybody's okay. Shravanti, you're fine. You're understanding everything. You're not understanding anything.
No, Pavarji, because I'm also confused how to and whom to select.
That's all right. That's all right. That's perfectly all right. Then Shravanti also has to be taken by somebody. Who? Priya will take her. Okay. Other people, everybody is okay. Sanjay is all right. Shravanti, Preeti,
if you don't mind, I can also take Shravanti, so both of them can go simultaneously. She's in my team anyways.
Shravanti, yeah.
Yeah, Shravanti, is that okay?
Yeah, okay.
Because
Yes,
most-
Kanati, fine.
yeah, because sometimes she doesn't come in the evening meeting, so she doesn't know what is happening. So
Okay,
maybe
you
I'll
can
go through both
take
of them.
Shravanti and Lakshmi, both of
Yeah.
you, and yeah, take both, and then yeah, that's
Yeah.
all right. The remaining people are understanding what's happening, right?
Yes.
Preeti, I know. Aruna, I know.
Yes.
Yeah. Deep, we are all, of course. Yeah, Akshata, of course. Yeah, that's all right. If you don't have any more questions, yeah, I'll give you time to. You know what you have to do, right? Can somebody summarize? Somebody summarize. Priya, can you summarize things that you remember? Of course, you can see the
As in the nodes wise or the rest of the thing?
anything.
Whole-
What main things that you have to do? All
Okay,
messages.
so journal. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll start. So journal, we have to focus on it and update, and we have to decide which mode or which
Okay.
method we are going to do it. And each one of us, the 19 people here, except for Paji who are here, we have to take 3 people each.
Yeah.
And right, so we don't have a minute taker for this meeting. It's recorded, and everyone has to see the recording. And Paji will put a note on his channel so that people can watch this YouTube. So we have to make notes. When we do our journal, we have to make sure we write what we have understood today so that he knows what we have understood.
Yeah.
That's what I have written down.
Perfect. That's all. That's very good. Nikita, anything that Priya's missed?
Yeah, no, RSVP, journal, and time management. We need
Exactly.
to time management about that also. We need to ask everyone to join the meeting at least 2 minutes before the meeting, and yeah, we need to be on time. Do the RSVP for the meetings that we are attending, and write the note. After the meeting, we need to add the note in a journal. Yeah, every day.
Perfect. I think you got it. Video is anyways there. Go through that, and I'll see it in today evening's journal notes updates. And okay, I think that I can end the meeting now. Like I said, this whole week will be readjusting to the fact that we are 60 people now. Yeah, so this is what will happen for some time. After I end the meeting, then we can have. If we have time, have we got time for the other thing? What is the usual time for the other thing? Then you can do the Scrum Master thing that you normally do. Okay?
All right.
Sorry? Anybody asking a question? Okay. In that case, okay. Thank you all for coming, and yeah, we'll see you in the next meeting. Bye.
Bye all.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Now I'm only starting the recording. Okay?
Yeah.
They all left. They all left. Okay.
Did they not understand it?